The grand hall glows under the soft lights, the flowers arranged perfectly in every corner, the music playing gently in the background, creating an atmosphere of celebration and anticipation. Guests chatter and laugh, unaware that a storm is about to disrupt the carefully orchestrated evening. The groom stands tall, confident, brushing off the nervous smile of the bride. He whispers to a friend across the table, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. "I invited my ex as a joke," he says. The friend laughs, not fully understanding the depth of what is about to unfold. The bride nods politely, thinking he is joking. She has no idea that the plan will quickly spiral out of control. The staff moves efficiently, carrying trays, adjusting table settings, cleaning the floor. Yet all of it seems small compared to the tension brewing silently. Hours pass slowly. The ceremony begins. Guests are seated elegantly, sipping champagne. The groom exchanges pleasantries, feeling in control completely. Unaware that his assumption about his ex is about to crumble, he leans toward a group of family members. "I hope she doesn't ruin the day," he says quietly, laughing. The family chuckles, oblivious to what is coming. No one suspects that the atmosphere is about to change drastically. Outside the hall, a sleek black BMW glides into the valet line. It pulls up with an air of command attention. The valet hesitates, unsure who the car belongs to. Whispers ripple through the guests, noticing the vehicle. "Is that really her?" they ask. The chatter grows as people speculate. The groom notices a subtle change in energy. A shiver of anticipation creeps over him. He smiles arrogantly, thinking he has everything under control. The doors open slowly. A woman steps out with confidence and elegance. Her movements deliberate, her posture commanding. The entire room freezes for a fraction of a second. Everyone pauses. Guests whisper softly. The bride notices first, her smile fading slightly. The groom feels his heart tighten. The ex walks toward the hall, moving steadily. The clicking of her heels against the marble floor echoes slightly, drawing attention. She carries herself with a presence that cannot be ignored. Her eyes scan the room with calm awareness. Eventually locking on the groom, the room holds its breath as she approaches the entrance of the ceremony. The suspense builds thick enough to cut through. The audience feels the tension tightening around the table like a living entity. She steps into the hall and pauses, subtly acknowledging the groom. His confident smile falters just slightly. He shifts his weight uncertainly. The family murmurs, quietly sensing the shift in energy. The ex does not rush. She moves with purpose. Her elegance and poise contrast sharply with the groom's nervous arrogance. She is the embodiment of success, power, and grace. The guest's attention is drawn completely to her. Whispers fill the space, quietly growing. Everyone senses the tension rising. The groom's arrogance begins to crack. He realizes this may no longer be a harmless joke. The ex pauses for a moment at the center of the hall. She glances around, casually assessing the room. The staff freezes in place, unsure of how to act. The bride swallows nervously, feeling the subtle power shift. The groom feels a cold knot in his stomach. He whispers to a friend, nervously attempting to downplay the moment. Nothing he says seems to carry weight. The ex continues to move with controlled grace. Every step deliberate, every movement precise. The suspense builds unbearably. Guests shift in their seats. The music continues in the background. Unaware of the drama, the ex reaches the front of the room. Pausing again, she subtly acknowledges family members. The groom fidgets, his heart pounds. He cannot predict her next move. The entire room feels suspended in time. Her presence alone changes the dynamics completely. The groom realizes the joke has become unpredictable. The ex begins to speak, quietly enough for him to hear clearly. Her tone is calm, measured, and confident. She explains that she accepted the invitation not to embarrass him, but as a statement of success. The BMW arrival was deliberate to signal achievement and independence. The groom feels a mix of shock, embarrassment, and a creeping sense of admiration. The family senses something unusual and leans in, listening attentively. The suspense grows as it becomes clear. She is not intimidated, she continues calmly out. Achievements and milestones the groom never knew about, each word carefully chosen to demonstrate her intelligence and power. The groom struggles to maintain composure, his arrogance dissolving slowly under the weight of her presence. The room is silent with anticipation. Guests exchange glances, stunned by the dramatic entrance. The bride shifts uneasily, sensing the tension and magnitude of the revelation. The ex pauses briefly, letting the weight of her presence resonate. The suspense is almost unbearable. Every eye in the room is fixed on her. The groom cannot look away. He realizes the joke has completely backfired. The evening that began with celebration now hangs suspended in tension and expectation. The ex continues to stand, calmly poised, ready for the next step in the unfolding drama. Every moment stretches longer. Every heartbeat counts. The audience is drawn into the suspense of the scene, completely captivated by what is about to happen next. The air in the grand hall is thick with anticipation, the soft golden lights reflecting off crystal glasses and polished floors, yet nothing glimmers as brightly as the presence of the ex. The guests remain frozen in a mixture of awe, curiosity, and suspense, the whispers fading into a heavy silence as all eyes focus on the unfolding scene. The groom stands stiff, unable to move fully, realizing that the carefully crafted joke he planned has completely unraveled. He tries to force a smile, his confidence faltering with every passing second. The bride shifts uneasily, glancing between her husband and the ex, unsure of what is about to happen next. The ex moves slowly, deliberate in every step, her heels clicking on the marble floor like a metronome, keeping the suspense alive. She approaches the table calmly, her posture commanding attention, yet revealing no hint of aggression. The crowd watches as she reaches the groom, her gaze steady and unyielding. She does not rush. She allows every heartbeat, every breath in the room to stretch the tension. Her presence alone communicates power, independence, and intelligence, far beyond what the groom anticipated. The groom swallows hard, his mouth dry, his hands slightly trembling. He glances at family members, hoping for support, reassurance, acknowledgement, but finds nothing but curiosity and surprise mirrored in their faces. The ex finally pauses a few feet away from the groom, allowing the anticipation to reach a peak. She speaks softly at first, but loud enough for him to hear each word clearly. Her voice is calm, controlled, precise. "I accepted your invitation," she begins in a measured tone. "Not as a joke, but to show the life I have built since we parted. The BMW, the timing, my arrival, everything carefully planned to demonstrate that your assumptions about me were wrong." The groom freezes, unable to respond, his arrogance evaporating under the weight of her revelation. The guests lean forward slightly, sensing the shift of power, the reversal that they did not expect. The bride swallows nervously, realizing the groom underestimated someone who was once dismissed. The ex continues her explanation, detailing accomplishments, achievements, career milestones, and personal triumphs. Her words are delivered with quiet authority, no anger, no pleading, no boasting, just a clear presentation of facts and presence. The groom tries to speak, but the words falter in his throat. He had assumed the joke would embarrass her instead. He feels exposed and humbled. The suspense tightens further as the ex subtly reveals she had anticipated the invitation and orchestrated her entrance for maximum impact. The family reacts with whispers, murmurs, and subtle glances of amazement. Every detail the ex shares reinforces her intelligence and independence. The groom feels the weight of his misjudgment crushing his ego. The ex pauses again, allowing everyone to absorb the magnitude of the reversal. The BMW, the confidence, the careful timing, and poise all communicate that she is in control now. The guests are captivated, holding their breath, caught in the suspense of the moment. The bride shifts nervously, trying to comprehend the transformation of dynamics at the table. The ex then points out the assumptions, arrogance, and underestimation that led to this moment. With calm precision, the groom sinks slightly in his chair, acknowledging silently the lesson he had not expected to learn in front of family and friends. The atmosphere of celebration slowly turns into a mix of admiration, respect, and tension. The ex maintains her composure, unwavering, elegant, and confident. No one interrupts, no one dares. She has commanded the room completely without raising her voice. The suspense reaches its peak when she delivers the final point, highlighting the consequences of arrogance and underestimating others. The groom cannot respond effectively. His pride shattered, he sits silently absorbing the embarrassment and the truth. The family exchanges looks of astonishment, quietly acknowledging her brilliance and poise. The wedding hall seems to breathe slowly as the moment stretches, lingering in the memory of everyone present. The ex steps back slightly, giving space to allow reflection. The groom's face is pale, his hands fidget lightly. The bride nods, understanding the shift in power. Guests whisper softly among themselves, marveling at the strategic precision of the ex's entrance and words. The suspense has reached a crescendo, yet resolves elegantly with recognition and respect. The wedding atmosphere changes subtly. The laughter softer, the conversations more subdued yet richer with awareness. The ex has not only demonstrated her achievements, but also reclaimed dignity and autonomy.